You know, I think staff was very thoughtful in putting together these sets of questions. And as I look at them, I think it's the kind of thing where, since we have a budget deficit not only this year but in the out years, and it's a structural problem, I think we have to look at doing all of these things, but it's a timing issue. So maybe we want, for instance, to do a combination of structural and one-time fixes for this budget year, knowing that the next budget year we're going to have to do more structural changes. In other words, I'm not sure that the organization can deal with 1 year biting the bullet and just saying we're going to do the structural change and there it is, bang, we're done. I mean, it may be something that we have to do over a period of time, you know, maybe the next 2 to 3 years. We're certainly going to have to look at the cost side, and maybe we don't go out for taxes this year or next year, but maybe it's something that we look at in the third year after we've done appropriate polling and see what how the community feels about some of these things. I think we're definitely going to have to look at you know, cost sharing with the employees. We're going to have to talk to our employees about, you know, I hate to say this, certain givebacks. I think we're going to have to do all of those things. I mean, this is starting the conversation and starting the talks, but we're going to have to do all of these things over the next several years to make sure that we put our city in a position to be fiscally sustainable, at least on the general fund side. I know we haven't even gotten to the redevelopment budget yet. In terms of across-the-board cuts and being surgical, I think one of the things we've done in the past, every time we've had a budget situation, is that the direction from council has always been, you know, try to absorb the cuts internally and impact service to our citizens the least amount that we can. And in certain ways, I think we've been a victim of our own success, because since I've been on the council, we spent a lot of years cutting our budgets. And I think we've been very successful at not impacting service to our residents, somewhat to the point where when we say we have a budget issue, people look at us like we're nuts, because they haven't really seen it from the outside looking in. So I think it's good that we're having this conversation now so that the community begins to understand exactly where we are. And to the extent that we can be surgical, and in some departments we're going to have to be, and I think we as a city government, we exist to provide service to our citizens, and